Good Facebook. This is broadcasting to your community with myself, and I'm waiting for a thumbs up from my compadre. Wait a minute. Okay. And I'm going to press the button and share my screen, and you'll be able to watch us if I go live. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm still waiting. Welcome to the show. And Corinda is here. All right. Okay. And I'm bringing David in.
Hi there.
Hello, David. I've got a bit of wobble on the sound. I'm not sure whether it's which one of us it is. Can you hear me properly?
I can.
Yeah.
One moment.
Okay. Okay. And so that's Corinda. And Corinda's hello to Fons. If sound and vision are okay, guys, can you just let us know? Because there's a bit of an experiment taking place.
Can you
And I'm just going to. Okay. I've got this little bit. Hang on a minute. Right, say something. No, do you want to refresh?
I hear my voice come over here.
Right, okay. Can we have a sound check, please, for myself and David?
1, 2, buckle my shoe. Yes, it's David's. Well, I'm hearing myself somewhere.
Okay. Well, you're hearing the local voice. We're hearing the broadcast voice, and that's the difference. So we are live now on Twitch and on Periscope, and hopefully you can hear me. I'll pop over to the chats on both in a moment, and speech there was a little bit of a problem. So I can see that we're live because people are commenting, so I can close that tab. And back, the picture behind me is from Freiburg, and okay, I'll bring David back in a minute. And Corinda is saying you're good. It's David. Okay, let's see what happens. So as I say, we're broadcasting out on Twitter, on Periscope, and we're broadcasting in the BeLive studio too. And, oh, that was my phone. My apologies for that. Right, okay, just waiting for David to come back. I've got his test card at the moment, and then he'll be back. And in the meantime, take a question about your broadcast to your community. What is the best platform you like so far, and why? We've got two answers to this, and I'll give you the first one. Just a minute. You're back.
Am I back?
Your sound is not. There's something strange going on, and Chevry's here waiting. Okay, Chevry, if you want to join us on camera.
How about now?
Then that's better. Okay. Now your quid's in.
Alrighty, well, let's go with that.
Link to join us. What was it?
So how you been today anyway? How's your day off to?
Oh, right, okay. The day's been reasonable, the sun's shining, and that helps. Yourself?
Busy morning already. Yeah. It's,
okay.
Yeah, in a good way, but my phone or my email, my phone's ringing more, my email's lighting up, but it's in a good way, but yeah, it's been busy. I'm actually going to be I'll be taking a live feed from the Premier's office and being allowed to live stream it. So that'll be later today, and I'll be doing that every day that the Premier's office goes live. So,
and Corinda is saying it's got an echo. I'll come back to that in a minute. And what I'm going to do, just a minute, is just want to check something. So give me a sec. Sorry to be
Echo from who? From you or me?
I don't know. Who's the echo from? Right. And
I'm gonna make a change here.
Okay, Dan saying hello, David and Stephen, or Dave and Steve. Hello, nice. Good that you can join us today. Thank you. Right, yes. Now the mayoral situation, David. Can you explain a little more?
The mayoral situation.
So you going live with the mayor? No.
No. The Premier of Ontario.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, Premier of Ontario. I'll be. So they have their own media room,
Yeah.
and they do a live broadcast out of there, and I'll be taking that live feed and sharing it.
So you've had a busy weekend.
Yeah, and morning. Yeah. So that'll be it's scheduled daily at 1:00. So what you'll be seeing is a live feed that I'm taking from them, and right from the Premier's media studio.
Yeah.
And it'll be shared directly out on the Video Show Network and on this page as well.
And how are you doing that?
It's via their live streaming feed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of hard to explain.
Okay. Well, we're going out.
It's a direct live feed. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So RTMP and streaming and codes and yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we're live obviously on Facebook today, and we're also live on Periscope and Twitch. So little experiment going on as to whether it will actually work. It should be good. Good if it does. And we're joined. So you're still on lockdown, David?
Well, we're not. I don't think the word lockdown is the proper word. Like, we're not on lockdown. We're on emergency order restrictions. Like, I can still go outside, right? It's just that our bars and restaurants, a lot of the stores, the only thing that's left open is what's considered essential services. And they've even shortened that list because, honestly, at the beginning, the essential services list was like, even our mayor, when I interviewed him, said, like, who didn't get on that list, right? So that's been shortened. Like, the beer stores and the liquor stores are still open. Grocery stores are still open, but all the restaurants, bars, like retail outlets, they're all closed. And they've restricted more in Sarnia, like they had a ban on fire, like burning fires. So everybody got all worked up. And no, that was the thing. Everybody's like, I can't have a barbecue. You can have a barbecue using charcoal or gas. They're talking like bonfires, like fire pits and stuff like that.
Yep.
Can't have that. And that's for the safety of the first responders, quite honestly. If they get a complaint and have to come by, then they got to deal with that. And a lot of times the complaints are just as too much smoke, the neighbor complained or whatever, but the first responders still have to show up and go and talk to you and say, put that fire out. So they're just trying to avoid them having to go to those types of things. And what else? Campgrounds. Mm-hmm. Campgrounds are going to be closed. And, some people are up in arms about that because they're like, well, that's one of my residents. Well, they're a place of business renting a lot to you, that sort of thing. So, yeah. But, like, at the end of the day, folks, like, where did I see? Our mayor posted a picture of, we went overseas. So it shows, all these soldiers going to war. And then a picture of a guy standing in a window saying, I just have to stay at home. sacrifices. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, true. Catching up on the comments. I'll come back to that. Saying hello to Dom.
Hey, Dom, how you doing, buddy? What's
hello,
the
Dom.
date today? Today's
Grinda's talking to Dom, and Dom's talking to Grinda, and Chevry's got the question. This is Be Live. This is Be Live. You're watching Be Live on Facebook, and I'm using a second system, Restream.io, to actually broadcast out onto Periscope and Twitch. So there are two systems involved. Be Live, most definitely, and in the background is Twitch and Periscope.
Oh, so what are you broadcasting with an RTMP code today?
Nope. Restream.io has now got a video for studio.
Yeah.
So I'm screen sharing this screen into Restream.io.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Okay. And the comments have just caught up. And a comment from Dan, question from Dan. Is the city bus in the UK still running? Public transport is just slowly grinding to a halt. There's no tourists in London. There's nobody in London, in central London. People are restricted to being at home and can go out for one exercise a day. And so the tourist industry, there isn't one at the moment, despite the weather. And back to Barry, is saying good afternoon to both of us. Good afternoon, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
And over to Dan. They're saying some cities in Canada have shut down city bus services. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they haven't shut it. They haven't shut it down here in Sarnia, but they have. I just put out a report yesterday that said they're restricting it to essential services rides only, because what was happening was people were going, okay, I got to get out of the house, so let's just go for a ride on the bus. Okay. And then there was more people. There was more people on the bus than our transit system was used to having. So now there's more people collecting in an area, and it's like, So they said, no, you can't do that anymore. It's got to be an essential trip.
Which does make sense. And over to Corinda, and you're saying Guten Tag, John Upton. That's correct, Corinda. And good day, John. And bonfires usually bring crowds. That's the problem, is what Dan is saying. And gatherings, yeah. I mean, gatherings are the major problem. And
yeah,
Corinda is saying, yeah, net is also a German word, Corinda. You're quite right. And over to Mr. Upton, who is here? And he is saying, Scotland's chief medical officer lost her job today for visiting her second home. Right. To everybody who's watching us on Twitch, Periscope, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the broadcast now. Take care. We'll see you all soon. And you can catch us over on Facebook. Just go to Facebook. Okay. So, okay. And I'm back. Okay. So that should basically improve things. Just interested to see what effect it has, because we don't know. Okay, right, a word of explanation. Scotland has its own government, and the medical officer was a major part of the government, major player, and she was the one telling everybody to stay at home. And she decided twice to go off to her second home, and not only did she travel to that destination, she also didn't keep the social distancing norm, and she had to step down from her job. So action was taken. And Becky Murray is saying, why is it you can't go for a drive in your own car alone and you don't leave the car? Right. Basically, if you're driving a car, then you need petrol. If you need petrol, you're going to a petrol station. Petrol stations are breeding places. Well, not breeding places, but coronavirus on metal is a problem. And that's why they're saying that any place you stop, anybody you meet, but if you don't get out of the car, they're still saying don't do it. and it's a suggestion. It's not the law. They can't stop you doing it. It's just to help everybody. Right. So we are joining both sides of the Atlantic. Right. Okay. Do you have any dad jokes? Do you?
I do.
Okay. Right. It's that time in the show where we change tack. And David, the floor is yours. And two things. First, I'm going to switch off. I'm going to hide my camera. So I can still groan, but I'm not on camera. Off you go. It's all yours.
Okay. And then we'll do this, and then I just got in a report from our city about what's going on. Okay. 4, 6, 8, and 9 have all been killed. 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11 are the prime suspects.
Was that a big enough groan?
You know what's funny is last night I was watching Ellen DeGeneres.
Yep.
On an old Johnny Carson show, and it was like her first appearance like years ago as a comedian on the Johnny Carson show. And one of the jokes that I read off about, the grandma walking 5 miles a day since she was 60, she's 97 now, and we don't know where she is.
Yeah.
Ellen told that joke on the Johnny Carson show. She stole my material.
Olden but golden. Yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have eaten that seafood because now I'm feeling a little eel.
Oh, dear. Hope you get better soon.
I hope so, too. I'm hearing crickets. What did the grape say when it got stepped on?
I don't know, David. What did the grape say when it got stepped on?
Nothing. It just gave a little whine. Almost there. One more.
Almost.
A burglar stole all the lamps in my house. I know I should be more upset, but I'm absolutely delighted. Delighted.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. You're okay.
That's all I got. From the office desk of David Burrows. There you go. Yes. On the other side of things, I'll bring it back down. We're at 8 deaths now in Sarnia and 80 confirmed cases of COVID-19. And Sarnia Police Services have now confirmed that they have started to lay charges against people known to violate directives and orders adopted to stop the spread of the coronavirus, including the order that all returning travelers must self-isolate for a period of 14 days. Yeah, there was a store out in Corunna, which is a little town just about 5 minutes away from us. People were coming home and stopping and getting groceries and going to the hardware store and blah, 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 blah before they actually went home instead of just going straight home. So they're starting to punish those people now. Good.
And Barry's saying some people are just not getting how serious this COVID-19 virus is. We need to stay at home and stay safe.
Yeah.
And the figures in the UK, we're still on an upward curve. They do expect it to plateau possibly in the next 14 days. But there are 51,608 confirmed cases, and unfortunately 5,373 people have actually lost their lives. Now, this is an impossible situation for us to live through. I mean, if we concentrate on that side of things, it's going to be very difficult for us all. So that's why we do this, is to bring people together, to be able to just chat for an hour and to think of things which keep us moving forward. And that's the thing that we've got to do. If we concentrate on the situation as it is, well, it's better not to. It's better not to, because it's the end of the day, it's our mental health. And
well, that's like going for a motorcycle ride, for example. So I'm a motorcycle enthusiast, and I had some friends reach out to me and said, "Hey, we're going for a ride. Do you want to meet us?" And I was like, "Yeah, I could." Well, I couldn't go, but was like, well, that could be okay. Like, I mean, I got a full-faced helmet on, and we're not stopping anywhere. I mean, I didn't end up going, but and then I'm kind of going like, well, tomorrow is supposed to be a really nice day. Should I be going for a ride by myself? Some are saying yes, some are saying no. The government hasn't said no, don't do it. Go for a ride. I go for a ride, I don't stop anywhere, and then I come home. Or am I just supposed to just stay home? And because for me, I'll tell you, you want to talk about mental health. When I go for a ride on my bike, I'm gone. It's like the world is gone.
Yeah.
But
on Friday, one of our ministers said, look, you're not doing as we asked you to. You're not, you congregate in groups of more than 2. You can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop you exercising. If we don't get your free will, if you don't agree with what we're doing and you continue to gather in groups of 3 or more, then we'll stop everybody exercising. So you wouldn't be able to go out at all. You'd just be house, garden, or even worse, if you're in a one-room flat, you would not be able to leave the flat.
right.
And that's sort of because we can go out and we do have some freedom, and we're using it properly. We're only going out. I mean, we went out yesterday for a walk of 2.5 miles and it was a beautiful day, but we didn't see many people. And when we did see people, we moved 2 meters away.
Yeah.
If that goes and you're locked up in your house. So he then retracted slightly and said, well, basically, and just trying to make people understand that you do need to follow the rules. And the other thing is that it's not law, it's a rule. And rules in this particular case have got to be obeyed. But if you remove too many freedoms, then you start a slope of people saying you're taking it too far. And to lock everybody up in their houses and say you can't go out unless you're going shopping once a week, that's a recipe for problems. We have a situation in the UK where there's been a 25% increase in calls to the family abuse lines.
Yeah, same here.
Because people are compacted at home. That's my story.
I hear you. Let's take a look at Chevry Lassiter is out there, and she's been asking some questions. And Chevry, I know you've answered. She sent me some messages in my Facebook. I don't really have time to type, but I'm happy to respond to them here. And
okay.
I think she's got some broadcasting questions.
Right. Okay. Corinda's learning German, I think, or he's got.
Okay.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay. So let's try and find.
Let's get away from the coronavirus for a while.
Okay. Right. Okay. Chevry is saying, so Stephen, I want my broadcast to look just like this with 2 or more people and no problems. This is great, but I need to figure it out. Right. Okay. Troubleshooting. Shall we? Over to you, David. What do you need for a good broadcast?
Well, she's saying she wants to look just like this, maybe 2 more people and no problems. This is great, but I need to figure out how to make it work. So well, this is something called B.Live or B.Live. And do you know Chevry, Stephen? Or?
Oh, yeah, she's in the group and she's got problems with it.
Oh, she's had problems.
She's had problems. She's had a good show and she had problems as well.
Oh, okay. What are the problems? Like, I don't know how to answer the question.
Right. Okay. I mean, basically, it's getting people on screen on mobile and people losing sound. I think that from the beginning, first of all, everybody needs to just go restart the machine, go direct to Chrome, go direct to B.Live. If you're on your phone, restart your phone, go to the link you sent them in Messenger, click the link, and that's it. So they know that apps are running in the background. And you should also switch notifications off as well if you can, because the notification can actually interrupt on the phone.
Yeah, you need to put your phone in do not disturb mode.
Okay, thank you, David. Yeah, so phones in do not disturb mode. And as far as desktop is concerned, you need to go reboot machine, go straight to Chrome, go straight to BeLive or StreamYard. And that's the only way to do it, because as we're using computer during the course of the day, we're actually using different applications. We've no idea what's running in the background. So the best thing to do is to actually switch it off.
Yeah.
The other thing to do is to do a test before you go live, especially with guests, because if guests are coming along and they're new to broadcasting, they need to get used to it. And getting used to it in a live show is not a good thing. So practice with the guests. Again, as we said, do not disturb mode, restart your phone, go direct to Messenger, go direct to BeLive. That's the best way to do it. And the other thing is, if you're on computer, then the more powerful your computer, the better. As far as microphones are concerned, external microphone, David?
Sorry, what about the microphone?
External?
Oh, yeah, external microphones, definitely. I mean, if you're a guest, I don't think a lot of people don't necessarily have an external microphone. So you're not going to ask your guests to run out and, go buy an external microphone. But if they have earbuds, if they're on their phone and they have earbuds, chances are the microphone, if they're on an iOS device, the microphone's built into their earbuds. So way better sound, and them having earbuds in prevents an echo. And one of the things that I have a hard time getting through to people when I invite them to be on my show, and I send out an email with detailed instructions. This is what you need to do step by step. And I explain them, please be like my show this afternoon. I have 3 guests. They each get a 15-minute slot, 3:45, 4, 4:15. So I tell the guests to all be in the lobby at least 10 minutes before their turn to go on. So my heart can relax and know that they're there and everything's going to run smooth. It's hard for me to ask people to be there for a whole hour, obviously, until their turn. And I explain to them, having light facing them and not having light behind them, just a detailed email. And I use the highlight tool to highlight to make sure. I follow up with them. I make myself available for a test. Once in my case, I have a lot of people that come on my show that are return regularly, like Dave from the United Way. He's on once a month, and he's been doing it for a year and a half. I just send him the link, and he's good to go. But you kind of have to train your guests. It takes some time, and not everybody's at the same technical level. There are some, like I did one from the Sarnia Sting the other day, the general manager, and very quiet guy as long as I've known him, but he popped on no problem. He's actually a very techie guy. So you have to train your guests, and you have to assume that they don't know anything and have never had this experience before. Some people will call it Skype. I'm going to do a Skype call with you. Well, no, it's similar, but it works differently. And you have to take the time to educate them. And that's the best thing that's worked for me, is educating them. So again, the microphone question, I mean, if they're on a laptop, they should have some headphones in, because what's happening is the sound comes out of the speaker, right? So my speaker's right over here where I'm pointing. You can't see it, but it's right here. And my microphone is right here. So if I didn't have my earphones plugged in, the sound's coming out of there, and my microphone's picking it up. And now the microphone's transmitting it back out. And now now it starts doing this. It creates a loop, and that's why you hear an echo. And the person who can't hear the echo is the one that's causing the problem. So I hope that helps. I'm going to be putting together actually a detailed. I'm going to be putting together a little video on how to prepare your guests coming out. Probably won't be late next week. Hopefully I'll have that out. So I'm going to be doing some more of that kind of stuff as well, but hope that helps you, Chevy.
Well, basically, we've changed a lot since we began broadcasting together 2.5 years ago. We've changed it. Sorry. computer-wise.
Yeah.
We've upgraded our computers, and we're now both running with computers which have 16 gig of RAM. So memory is never going to be a problem. The second thing we've done is we've now both got Logitech cameras, external cameras, and they're just the best thing. The unfortunate thing at the moment is that it's difficult to get hold of a camera for love nor money. Even Amazon haven't got any. So the other thing we've done, as David just alluded to, is that we've now got external microphones, and we've both been through several of those until we got to the stage where we are now. Now, it's the progressive thing. If you're doing this for fun, then you can start broadcasting with your inbuilt camera and your inbuilt microphone. No problem. It will work. And if we look back at the way we looked 2.5 years ago, we would, well, we'd take a sharp intake of breath and say, yeah, well, everybody starts somewhere. But gradually, you can actually improve your camera, improve your microphone, and improve the quality of the video that actually goes out. It's in your hands. We're in control of how we look on screen, and that is a reflection of our camera, our microphone, and the third component is our internet. David, what's your internet speed upload, roughly?
I have super duper ninja Ferrari. I have 500 megabytes up and 500 megabytes down.
See, that is networking heaven. That's what we should all have. If we had a level playing field, like yourself and Jonathan, we would have gigabit. Well, 500 meg is just a dream.
Well, it is really awesome. However, I will say that I've seen people go, why doesn't my broadcast come out clean or blah, 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 because I've got 500 up and 500 down. You also got to have a decent computer. Now, if you're just doing a talk show just like this and you're not running anything else, you could be fine on an old laptop. It's probably going to run a little slower, but it could be fine. However, like when I live stream to Twitch or whatever, and I have, so to give you an idea, I have 2 screens right here, and I have a computer here, and I have another computer behind me here, and I normally run a program called Streamlabs, and then I'm running a video game, and I'm broadcasting, and I have Discord going, and honestly, even my computer that I have, it will kind of do it. But I've actually gone to, and this is a really advanced thing, I'm not going to get into it, but a 2 PC stream. Do you know what that is, Steve? Yeah.
Tell me.
So this computer runs the game, or whatever I'm playing, and it also runs a program, and then that program is connected into my network, and it takes that screen and sound and whatever and sends it over to this other computer behind me, and the other computer is actually the streaming computer, and this computer is the programmer, the gaming computer, but it's sending the signal to the other computer, so it's all networked. And what that does is it takes the streaming like using something like BeLive or StreamYard or Lightstream, they take a lot of the processing power off. But even on something like BeLive or StreamYard or whatever, if you were to play a game and screen share that game, things really slow down. And it's BeLive or StreamYard, honestly, are not designed for streaming games. So they're designed to do a talk show and screen share, and you could screen share a video or something. But beyond that, you need to go to other things, which becomes more advanced, which I'm going to be creating some tutorials on as well. But it depends what you're doing, right? At the end of the day, you have to sit down and decide what you're doing. You're doing a talk show, and what do you want to be able to do? I know some creators of these platforms, one of the things they like to do, they get requests for features all the time. Everybody wants all these features, but the more features they add at the same time, the more complicated and complex it gets on the controller side of things. And then the more complicated, the more things can go wrong.
Totally. And the other thing is, you said a moment ago that you've got 500 megabytes down and 500 megabytes up. I've got, there's a 5 in my upload speed as well, but there's only one 5, and I've got a 5 megabit.
Yeah.
5 megabytes upload. Now, I'm hosting the show today, and I can do it quite comfortably on 5 megabytes. But if you get lower than that, then it's going to be difficult. If you've got an upload speed of between 3 and 4 megabytes, then you're going to struggle. It's as simple as that. It's just you've got to have a certain bandwidth to actually do this. Now, let's come to mobile phones. Mobile phones on 4G are not reliable. It's okay for voice. You can talk and there won't be a problem. But as soon as you get video involved and you get breaks in the signal, then you're headed for problems, because video is more sensitive than audio. And if you've got problems with your 4G signal, then the video will not be good. And you could lose somebody, you could lose their voice. Well, first of all, the picture will go because there's a problem with the signal because the 4G is not delivering. And then the second thing that goes is their voice, normally.
Yeah.
So mobile phones are great if you're on the move, but if you're anywhere near a laptop or a PC, then use that in preference to using your mobile phone. Yeah.
Now, that being said, when you make the comment, we say mobile phones are great when you're on the move. Let me just extend on that. When Stephen says on the move, in my opinion, not moving around. It means if you got to be somewhere else. And Stephen, you and Fonz have probably experienced this. You know, when they did I Live Here, you know, Fonz would be out walking around. It wasn't necessarily stable because he's moving around. Signals are changing constantly. If using a mobile phone, the best thing is just to be like, hey, I'm in my hotel room. That's why I'm on my phone. And we're going to do it like this. And I'm not walking around necessarily because the signal, all of these things are happening. And
if you're on mobile,
yeah.
If you're on mobile and you're in a room and the room has internet access, then switch over to Wi-Fi. That's better than 4G. And the other thing is, please do put your mobile phone on the stand, because there's nothing worse than the mobile phone, because David can do that. The mobile phone moving around. Don't do it.
Don't do it. We'll slap your hand.
Yeah. Now, so you've got to have a good signal as host. The higher, the better. And your guest's mobile should be on Wi-Fi. That's the advice that we would give. And we try wherever when we do a show for the guests to be on Wi-Fi. Now, as David alluded to there, I Live Here is a show which will be coming back once we can go out and about again. And that's done on mobile. That's with Fonz Chamberlain in Cambridge in the UK, walking about and talking about certain areas of Cambridge as he walks down the street, giving the history of the place. Now, that's got to be done on mobile, and Fonz has been on the road, he's been walking, he's been on a bus, he's been on a train, and he's kept the signal going. But because we don't expect the greatest quality, anybody watching the show says, okay, we're seeing new things, that's what we're interested in, Fonz is explaining it, we're part of the show, we're part of the journey, we're part of history, and we're not overly worried about the quality. You can get away with it. But in a static situation where David and I are now, then you expect to have the quality. Over to the comments, which we've probably missed tons. Okay. And Chevry says she thinks she's here for a different reason. You're welcome to join us on camera, Chevry, if you want. I'll post the link again. There's the link. Right, have you anything you want to share, David? Screen-wise.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, what's he thinking about it? Becky from Cambridge is saying, I read that Trump has ordered all Americans should be back in the country by a certain date. Is that true? If so, and why? I don't think that. Well, they are trying to close the borders, Becky. I know that. In the UK, we've got the same situation. We're trying to get all our people who are abroad back into the country. I think it's just a safety measure. I don't think it's anything. And We need funds for the conspiracy theories. Right. Okay. And I just want.
Well, I know here, like our borders closed except for essentials. So
Yeah.
like there are still some trucks if people work over there in an essential atmosphere, like, but it's limited. But it's basically closed down, and I think I'm surprised they haven't closed it all the way down. I think they just need to shut everything down and get on with it. Quite honestly.
Totally agree. And Corinda is reminding me, our Prime Minister Boris Johnson is currently in hospital. He was taken to hospital last night. He has coronavirus. He's been self-isolating at home, or when number 10 is your home, then and now he's in hospital. Wish him well. Wish him a speedy recovery. Obviously, we don't know. We're not being told why he's in hospital. It says further tests. So, best wishes from the UK and from Canada, David, for our Prime Minister.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we don't wish this on anybody right now. That's for sure.
No, that's true.
And our leaders, it's interesting. That's a good point, actually. I think we sort of forget, like, we watch our premier and our prime minister, I think, was talking about an hour ago, and so on and so forth. And yeah. I think we forget that they're being affected by this too, and they still have a job to do.
Well, there are times when they can't actually practice social distancing themselves.
Yeah,
and that's basically a pressure we've put on them. And Becky, John Lupton is saying to Becky, see section 6 on this link. It's now an offence to leave your house without a valid reason. Okay, so that's the update. You can, John, is that new? I have to check in. Well, John, if you mean we can't go for a walk anymore, John? Need more updates on that, obviously.
Wow.
And okay, all right. And Becky, Becky still wants to go for a ride in her car. And I'm here, and you are paused. Just a minute.
Refresh. You're not paused on me, Stephen.
No, please refresh, Chevry. I can't see you in the staging area, and if you click the guest link, and the show isn't paused, we're still live until I catch up with the comments and somebody else says. David looks like he's in a newsroom. Well, this is so. You should see the show. Becky, this is no disrespect, David. Please don't take this the wrong way. At 3:30 today, 8:30, David has his own show, which he wears a shirt and a tie and a jacket for. This is David. This is a casual David.
This is casual David. You're right. I feel uncomfortable sometimes without my tie. I'm just like, oh.
Corinda's saying, have a great show, guys. I'm doing the fitness show and I'll catch the replay later. We'll catch the fitness show as well, Corinda. And over to John with the update. Becky Murray, if you haven't, right, okay. Becky is discussing with John. John's discussing with Becky. If you have an accident, then you then you take up emergency services and potentially increase the load on the NHS. And that's what Sergeant TCS was saying the other day. If everything goes well with your drive out, then all good. And Ronnie's giving the thumbs up, saying we're okay. And Becky is right. Okay, Becky. Becky's saying she doesn't have accidents. And David, Corinda is enjoying your newsletter.
Oh, okay. I haven't sent one out in a long time. Oh, I think it's whenever I make a news post, something gets sent out to my subscribers. I'm curious about this one, if it can catch up a bit. Chevry says, you're late, David. Late for what? I don't understand that one.
Just a minute. 3, 2, 1, by the magic of Be Live.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Good, Chevry. How are you?
So I think I was behind, or you all were behind me. You were behind in what you were saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you were saying stuff, but I had already did it, and then you caught up with it, but it was too late.
Oh,
but
okay.
Anyway, so now I could never connect my computer to this. it only let me connect my cell phone. So I
Oh,
switched. I couldn't get on. It kept saying on my computer, please reconnect the camera. But my camera I never disconnected the camera. So how do you reconnect the camera? So
okay.
I just said,
First question for you. Are you using Chrome browser?
I think I have two. Let me see. Was on Chrome that time. I might not have been. Let me try it from here. I
Yeah.
might not have been because I
Yeah,
have two screens. I'm
you
still
have to
working.
use Chrome browser. You can't use Internet Explorer.
Okay. No, I wasn't on I don't even have Internet Explorer.
Okay.
Okay.
We're liking you already.
Hmm?
Because you don't have Internet Explorer. Nobody should have Internet Explorer.
No, I just I joined Google Chrome for the purposes of Be Live.
Right.
Okay.
Now, where you all are hosting, my publisher I will be the host, but I'm not going to be on the screen at all.
Okay.
Right. So
So
you're just producing.
I'm producing, but we're going to try it again Wednesday, but I have to have a backup because I need to get people in and hearing us and talking
Right.
to
Right.
us. So my
Yes.
backup plan, and I said that you'll see it on the feed. I have a guy that does streaming services stuff, and he's
Mhm.
going to try to. I told him about Be Live, and I told him I wanted to be like this. So he's going to end up talking to you, Steve, at some point. I don't know
It's fine.
because he's good at doing all that stuff, but he's going to help us Wednesday. If I can't get Be Live, my backup plan is to do this stream and then just upload it later. So, or do it live.
Okay. Would you like to try joining us from your Chrome browser on your laptop?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm on Chrome now, and I have to go get the link again. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back to where you sent it. Wait 1 second. Y'all can talk while I'm doing this.
Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. And Becky is having a discussion, and we're joined by Clyde. Clyde Callicott, David?
Sorry.
Right. Somebody, Clyde, who's new to us both, is saying, I talked to TechSide this morning. We'll have some advice about to host a very large fundraising event on April
Don't have
18th.
me on mute, honey. Wait.
Oh, 12 hours, 2 6-hour sessions, doing run throughs and everything seems okay, but I suggest it's going to be live for a big event like this. We have 60 folks joining us. Yeah, just do a test first to make sure everything works. And my guess is, so you're doing a 12-hour, 2 6-hour sessions.
That's fine. Yeah.
So if you're having people join you in 12 hours, here's one thing I will say to you. Something will go wrong. something will go wrong, and that could be a guest joining or having trouble joining or something. But I mean, great for you to do the 12-hour. Stephen, actually, you'd be a better one to answer that because you've actually put on those 12 hours or 24-hour broadcasts.
Indeed, I have. And just let me figure this out. I'm going to take you off and then bring myself back on. Myself and Franz Chamberlain. Franz Chamberlain hosted a 12-hour marathon charity event, February 2019. And I was behind the scenes. I was on Be Live, and I was actually producing the show. And Fonz was there for each of the segments, hosting. I hosted for the second segment, just for the first 30 minutes or so, just to give him a breather. Technical wise, no problem. If you wrote to your guests and tell them to arrive at least 5 minutes before, then you bring them on screen at the appointed time. And all you've got to do as producer behind the scenes is actually decide what the screen layouts are going to be and make sure that you do mix it up so that people get some variety. If you're going to be playing video, just a minute. Right, if you're going to be playing video, then you need to have the video keyed up and ready to go. Over to Chevry.
What happened?
Were you still on mobile? I haven't seen you yet
Can y'all
arriving.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you on the mobile.
Oh, okay. I'm trying on the on my desktop. It's saying you all went. Dang, it's me. It's me. Okay, so I'm hearing this. Maybe I'm at the wrong one. April 6th. It's showing me that it ended. Hit play. Did
It's
y'all
the
end it?
no, I'm not seeing you. You know that the
Okay.
guest, the
Trying to
link will.
find the. Okay, here's the one. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong one.
Okay.
Okay. Nope, because he's
So
talking in this one.
it's the no. You don't need to be on Facebook at all. If you on the
It
Chrome
must be
on your
my
laptop,
computer.
on the Chrome on the laptop, you need to use the link I posted, which is the guest 66 link.
I had to put my phone and everything on Do Not Disturb. David,
No,
Hello.
you're okay on the phone.
did you
We've got
tell
the
me I
mobile
had to put my phone
problem.
and everything on Do Not Disturb?
Well, your phone should be in Do Not Disturb. Yeah, but no, what Steven's trying to share with you is you don't need to be on Facebook for this. You just need to
No,
click on the guest link. Do you have the guest link?
no. So I wasn't
Okay.
on Facebook. I was in Be Live at first.
Yeah.
Be
So
Live
what you need to do is go into the comments on
and
there.
Facebook.
There's the link on the screen there, if you can see
Okay,
it.
let me just type that in. Yeah. So this is what I go through at work when I'm trying to do this at work too. Okay, I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
Make sure this is still in Chrome.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I'm waiting for
HTTPS
colon.
66/GUST. Connect camera.
Yep.
Now I'm here, right?
You're not yet. Oh, right.
No, I'm still on my phone. Okay.
That's
When I hang up my
mobile.
phone,
Okay.
can y'all hear
No.
me?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
on
we
your
can.
computer. It's kicked you off your phone because you can't be on both at the same time.
Well, I see. Okay, I'm gonna hang up the phone.
Yeah.
You're on the computer now.
Yep.
Hello. Oh, we got close, David. We got
What
close.
happened there was she was trying to log in with both. It kicked her out, and then when she closed her phone, it thought she was done and left.
So hopefully, Chevy, if you're watching, just come back in on the Chrome browser because it looked okay to us. Right, let's catch up with the comments then.
Oh yeah, the comments.
Right, okay.
Well, we were talking to Clyde there, and then we got distracted.
Yeah, we were. Where are we?
Well, we were talking to Clyde about the 12-hour thing, and you just I was saying, right, and not to be negative, something will probably go wrong, but if it goes wrong, it's only because it's 12 hours. So in 12 hours, you can't get it perfect. Like somebody will be late or something like that, but if you prepare your guests, that's the biggest thing. Like I went through earlier in the show, preparing your guests with the details, trying to do a test with them. I mean, that's a lot of guests to do a test with, but if you can make time to do it, it'll certainly help things go a lot smoother in the end.
And Chevry's saying, this sounds exactly how my IT guy is going to set it up, David. We are going to start Be Live tomorrow. If it doesn't work, we'll stream the regular old way. Okay, and over to Corinda. Corinda's giving advice, which we agree with. And okay, Chevry's figures are latency 4 milliseconds server Washington DC. Your internet speed is very fast. Your connection should be able to handle multiple devices, streaming HD videos, video conferencing and gaming. And we say hello to Gospel. This is a very busy show, David. Then we play Pink, and then we're back to Chevry, and then we've got thumbs up from
We're
Ronnie.
ways behind. We're ways behind.
We're talking about helping people. We're trying to help Chevry actually join us on the show, Gospel. And we're talking about running 12-hour charity broadcasts. Oh, right, okay. Chevry, I'm not sure how far back that was, but we did see you. And yes, these are John's figures. And Joel is saying, hello, Joel. We're not paused either. And Clyde is saying yes. Okay, over to Corinda. Right, I'm going to come back to that one, Corinda, because I don't want to put it on screen. I heard it's a rumor this morning. I'm not going to put it on screen yet.
Well, Stephen, I know
Yeah.
we're just a few minutes away, but I meant to tell you earlier, but I wouldn't mind hopping out just a couple minutes early today because I've got the Premier of Ontario broadcast coming up at 1:00. So
Okay.
I've got a couple things to get ready there. But thanks everybody for watching here today, and Stephen, thanks for producing. And Chevry, I hope that was like an online technical support session.
It was.
Which is great. We're here and happy to help.
We're not going anywhere. David and I will see you tomorrow at 12.
Oh no!
Just a minute. Just a minute. Hang on. We're doing 2 shows at once here. David, see you tomorrow.
Thanks very much.
Bye, David. Hey,
Right.
Steve.
Okay. You are on screen.
But I'm still on my phone. I couldn't go back.
You cannot be on your phone and your browser at the same time.
Right, but I was trying to go back to your show to get the link, and I couldn't. It said it had ended.
No. Stop. What happened was that we saw you on your browser, on your computer, in the show. Yeah.
Okay. That was cool.
No, it worked, is what I'm saying. And then you disconnected your phone, which disconnected everything. Yeah. So you just need to leave on your phone and just come in on your browser, and everything should be good.
So, okay. So how do I do that? I'm saying, do I go? I need the link in order to come in on my computer, right?
That's right. And that's the one you typed in.
And right, but I had lost it. So I didn't have it on my phone. But when I typed it in, that's gone from my head. So
Okay.
So,
Can
you give it to me now? I mean, I know it's over, but I just want to see if it'll work for me.
Still live. There you are.
I see it. So I'm gonna hang this up. Let me do this right quick. HTTPS APP live TV /66. Oops, I wrote 60. It's gotta start over. I'm typing too fast. HTTPS :// So it's just a matter of us not being computer literate.
Are you computer literate?
So I'm ready to hang up the phone.
Handling 2 devices at once.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up the phone.
Okay, see you shortly. Right, okay, let's remove my name because you should know who I am by now, and I'm going to remove the messages. And Gospel, question from Gospel, charity broadcast, when and what's the theme? Just a minute. I can hear you, and you are now on screen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you.
And you can see me.
And I can see you.
Right.
Okay. This is how I want it to work.
Right. Okay. You see, the thing is, you're almost there. Yeah. You're not far away. Okay. With this, we need 3 things: patience, persistence, and the will to win. And I guess you've got all 3 of those. So it's just a question of practice now.
So what do I tell my guests? Like while I'm practicing. So last week I had them join 30 minutes ahead of time. So is it that I should tell them, cut off your phone, if you can use the computer? Because when in the other video, I don't know if you saw it, that I did when I had 2 people. One was my boss, she was home cleaning, and the other one was the guy that she's going to be interviewing.
Okay.
Well, we could hear him, but we couldn't hear her. But she was on her cell phone. So what would have been the problem there?
It could have just been as simple as she was on 4G and not on Wi-Fi, that the signal just kept coming in and out. If for whatever reason, if somebody's sound disappears, then there's only one thing you need to do: ask them to reconnect.
Okay.
If they're on a computer, ask them to refresh. If they're on the phone, ask them to go out and come back in again. And
We did that about 10 times last week, but
okay.
But that was a big problem. So it could have been that we all had our phones on do not disturb. Right. I was using her computer as the host. I have an intro. I have an intro. Then I have a little video, and then I had them. When I started it started off fine. When we finished the video, it didn't work. So I said, okay, well, let me take off the video. Maybe that's it. It still never worked. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to practice. I'm on deadline now, today and tomorrow, but at some point I'm going to try to get her in and one of my reporters and let them do a test interview. So I'm not going to talk at all. I'm just going to operate, control everything.
Send me a guest link and I'll try to join you.
Okay. This will probably be tomorrow unless she has time today, because I do want her to talk to you, because I did tell her we saw it. We saw that it works. We did last week with one of our reporters. Everybody loved it. We had like 800 viewers. So we need to do it again. But we're hesitant because we don't want the problems that we had last week.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
It's just a question. Right. Okay. I look forward to being a guest and seeing you later.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us, by the way. And to everybody who's been watching today, thank you. And we will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. We'll answer any questions that have not been answered today. And take care, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. Jeffrey, thank you. And I'm going to sign off now.